Hello, friends. There's certainly been a lot of bad news recently. Hurricane Ian in Florida, school shootings in Uvalde, Texas, and elsewhere, and some personal examples of young people that I know dying way too early. What are we to do in the face of tragedy? What are we as Catholic Christians to do when tragedy, when deep and profound suffering strikes? You know, a lot of people will chalk this up to God's plan and will comment, well, we just have to reconcile ourselves to God's plan. It's not something we can understand now, but when we reach heaven, we shall. I don't think it's part of God's plan. I don't think the untimely death of our loved ones is part of God's plan. I don't think the untold destruction in whole swaths of land is part of God's plan. No, I actually think that it grieves God when we suffer. That when we're at loss, when we experience tragedy, God is experiencing that tragedy alongside of us. Not above us, not distant from us, but close to us. It's not God's plan. Here's what I think God's plan was. I think God's plan was the Garden of Eden, when everything was in harmony, when man was in harmony with his fellow man, when we were in harmony with God, and because of that, we were even in harmony with the world of nature, perfect harmony. Now God grieves because that plan has been derailed by the misuse of our own free will. Remember, Jesus wept at the death of his friend Lazarus. He wept from the depths of his being. And Jesus weeps when we suffer too. So what are we to do when we are faced with tragedy? Let us be reassured that Christ stands along beside us, experiencing our tragedy, and that Christ has indeed begun the work of reconciling us to God perfectly, so that harmony that is his plan will be restored, so that one day, indeed, every tear will be wiped away. God bless, and thanks for listening.